All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word and love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shot there from the Chicago camp, coming back to what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And what you're looking at here inspired this sit down. In my recent travels to Switzerland, I saw many beautiful things that lived up to the phrase breathtaking. And what you see here is Rhine Falls. It is Switzerland's biggest waterfall. And this video doesn't do it justice. As I said, many things in Switzerland lived up to that phrase breathtaking. I have never been to a place that was so aesthetically appealing to the eyes. There was literally no words to describe it. And when I had a chance to see this, as well as a few other things, I just thought about the Lord in the beginning, about how it talks about in Genesis, the first chapter, how in the beginning the powers created the heavens and the earth, and how the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon it, and then the Lord said there be light, and then you go down and in the chapter, and it talks about on this day how the Lord created the waters, and then he would separate the waters from the other waters, and then he would separate the waters from the dry land. And so, basically the water and the dry land would have their own place until you scroll down all the way to the end of Genesis. And I'll get this so I can read it verbatim. But this was just going through my mind as I was observing these things. And then at the very end, when you read Genesis, the first chapter, it says how the powers looked at all these things and said that it was good. And when I had a chance to go over there and see these things, I could see why the powers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said that this was good. This it was the phrase breathtaking. There were many times where I would just sit down and just look for maybe about 10-15 minutes at nature. And there's something else that I also want to show you. Let me put the video on pause and I'll get it real quick. Okay. This was a view from a mountain that at this point I would say we were close to about a mile in the air. Okay, and the mountain goes further up, but nonetheless we were here because it's one of Switzerland's longest toboggan rides. And when you get to this place, this was the view. This was the view. You could pretty much see a huge chunk of Switzerland and the Alps. I mean, look at this. You got the mountains that extend as far as the eye can see. You have snow on the right side, and then the mountains on the left. There's no snow. You got the sunlight. You got the lakes down there. You have trees that are so green and have probably been there ever since Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai made this earth. They had to be every bit of 100 feet tall. I just sat and I looked at this, and as I said before, it was literally every bit of that phrase that we say breathtaking. It's very rare that I'll sit back and look at nature for 10-15 minutes straight, but in this situation I did, because I have never seen anything so aesthetically pleasing and beautiful and just so relaxing and easy for the eyes. It's I just really don't know how else to describe it. So, uh, as I mentioned, let me put this on pause and get some scripture so I can read this word for word. All right. This is Genesis 1:1. It says, in the beginning, it says God, but we all know it's the powers. Okay, the Alahayim created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of the powers moved upon the face of the waters. Let me scroll down to verse 9. And it says, and the power said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and gathering together of the waters called he seas. And the power saw that it was good. And we're going to scroll down to the very end, where it says in verse 30 or 31, and it says, and the powers saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. And this is all I thought about when I was in Switzerland and we would be in places like this. It was just absolutely beautiful. And I just said to myself, and this is what we have seen. Imagine what the Lord has in store for us for the kingdom when we have our own planet or planets or solar systems or galaxies. All right, because you have to remember, Yahweh Shai said in John, I might have to start at the top. Yeah, I'm going to just start at the top. John 14:1. It says, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. It says, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know. All right, you also have to remember that Yahweh Shai also said that eyes have not seen, neither ears have heard what the Lord has. I don't know why it's not coming up, but I know in the scripture it does say that. I just have to find it if you want to be patient with me. I can't find it for some odd reason, but I know that is in there. But it says that eyes have not seen, neither ears have heard what the Lord has in store for us. And if the Lord is telling us he's preparing places, mansions for us, and that we have absolutely no idea what's in store for us, I mean, I can only imagine to a certain degree. Because if there's something better than what I saw in Switzerland, what I just showed you all, wow. Hate to sound corny, but I mean, like, wow. Like, there's something better than that? Man. Man, I just can't wait for the kingdom. If something's better than that, I can't wait for the kingdom. But that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all were edified. To the next time, we're going to say Shalom.